Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Sidwell bombed Sonny Michael tragedy, a mob hit gone wrong. General Hospital spoilers saw Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, penthouse blown up, and it looks like Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda, is the bomber who put Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, life at risk. The new villain in Port Charles is totally to blame. Sidwell just bought Windermere and has a violent past. He's the worst sort of criminal and seems to want to take over Port Charles. The problem is that the town already has a main criminal in charge of its underworld, and that's Sonny. So it looks like Sidwell wanted to take him out on day one so he could take over. But it's too bad Sonny was in the hall and Michael was in the apartment. With GH preempted on Tuesday, January 7, 2025 for President Carter's funeral procession, we have to wait another day. In the last moments of the recent General Hospital episode, Michael Corinthos saw something out of place in his dad's apartment. Then it was too late. The bomb exploded and Michael took the brunt of it. But Jens Sidwell, watching from his balcony on Spoon Island, doesn't know that just yet. With Sonny and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, in the hall, they were shielded from the blast. General Hospital spoilers suggest Sidwell skipped over to the landing off his living room to watch the blast from there. Lucy Coe, Lynn Herring, told him he could see the Metro Court and GH from there. And that's right where Harborview Towers is, that building where Sonny lives. It's clear Sonny Corinthos was the target because no one knew Jason and Michael Corinthos would be there. Both just dropped by. See the latest General Hospital spoilers video to find out why Jens Sidwell did this. And also see who needs to bear some blame. There's a bad woman to blame for Michael's life and death crisis, leading to Chad Duell's exit from GH. In the chaotic and ever-turbulent world of General Hospital, the line between love and loyalty is often blurred by the deadly game of organized crime, and the latest twists in Port Charles are no exception. Fans of the soap opera are bracing themselves for yet another explosive chapter in the saga of Sonny Corinthos, Michael Corinthos, and the dangerous world they inhabit. In a shocking turn of events, a botched mob hit involving the Sidwell family leads to tragedy, sending ripples through the Corinthos family and the criminal underworld of Port Charles. The Sidwell bombing, a family's destruction. The Sidwell family, relatively new faces to the residents of Port Charles, have quickly found themselves embroiled in the ongoing battle between the city's most powerful mob factions. The Sidwells, with their own secretive dealings and dangerous connections, had hoped to carve out a piece of the criminal empire for themselves, and for a time, they did. However, when they crossed paths with Sonny Corinthos' vast criminal organization, things took a deadly turn. It all begins when a high-stakes meeting between Sonny and the Sidwell family goes awry. What should have been a routine discussion about territory and alliances instead devolves into a bloodbath when a hit meant to eliminate the Sidwell patriarch, Gregor Sidwell, goes horribly wrong. A bomb planted in the Sidwell family mansion explodes prematurely, killing multiple members of the Sidwell family, including Gregor and several of his close associates. The explosion rocks Port Charles, sending shockwaves through the city's underworld. The fallout from this bombing is catastrophic, not just for the Sidwell family, but for everyone connected to the mob. It's quickly revealed that the blast wasn't intended for the Sidwells specifically. It was meant to be a warning for a completely different faction. The mistake sets the stage for all-out war, and the Corinthos family, with their business interests and personal loyalties, find themselves at the heart of a conflict that threatens to destroy everything they hold dear. Sonny Corinthos, under fire and fighting back. As the boss of one of the most powerful crime organizations in Port Charles, Sonny Corinthos is no stranger to danger. However, The botched Sidwell hit puts him in an incredibly precarious position. On one hand, he must maintain control of his empire and deal with the fallout from the Sidwell bombing, which has put him directly in the crosshairs of rival factions. On the other hand, Sonny is forced to navigate his personal relationships, particularly with his son Michael Corinthos, who has been slowly distancing himself from the family's questioned as he grapples with the realization that someone close to him may have played a part in the Sidwell bombing gone wrong. The questions arise. Was it a setup? Who stands to gain from such a mistake? Was there an insider within Sonny's ranks working against him? As the stakes get higher, Sonny must take drastic steps to protect his empire, his family, and his legacy. Michael Corinthos, a son torn between love and loyalty. For Michael Corinthos, the bombing of the Sidwell mansion is not just a family tragedy, it's a personal crisis. For years, Michael has been caught in the moral tug-of-war between his loyalty to his father and his growing discomfort with the violent world Sonny lives in. The tragedy of the Sidwell bombing pushes Michael to the brink, forcing him to make some difficult decisions. The blast that killed Gregor Sidwell wasn't just an attack on Sonny's business empire, it was an attack on everything Michael had been trying to escape. Michael's heartache over the loss of innocent lives in the explosion forces him to reconsider his place in the family business. But just when he thinks he's ready to leave, something will pull him back in. Whether it's the love for his father, the unyielding need to protect his family, or the sheer pull of loyalty, Michael's internal conflict will come to a head in the coming weeks. In the aftermath of the Sidwell bombing, Michael finds himself caught in a dangerous game of mob politics and family loyalty. As he tries to shield his loved ones from the dangers of the criminal world, he faces a tragic loss that could push him too far into his father's dark world. The grief, anger, and feelings of betrayal are palpable as Michael spirals, questioning everything he once stood for. The tragic consequences of the bombing may lead to Michael's complete transformation as he begins to embrace his role in the criminal underworld, potentially stepping into a leadership position he has long resisted. The bigger picture, a mob war in the making. As the investigation into the Sidwell bombing unfolds, Port Charles becomes a powder keg, primed for an all-out war between the mob families vying for dominance. With the Sidwell family decimated and tensions running high, the other criminal factions in Port Charles are licking their lips, sensing an opportunity to strike while Sonny is vulnerable. Sonny's empire, built on loyalty and fear, begins to show cracks as new alliances form and old enemies circle. Meanwhile, the rival mob families, some with ties to the Sidwells and others with long-standing grudges against Sonny, begin to make their moves. It's only a matter of time before the violence escalates, with devastating consequences for everyone involved. Tragedy strikes the Corinthos family. As the battle for power intensifies, Sonny and Michael's tragic journey becomes even more personal. A final confrontation between the two factions could have deadly consequences. Michael, still reeling from the loss of his friends, and the Sidwell family, may make an impulsive decision that changes the course of the entire war. His deepening resentment toward his father and the brutal lifestyle they lead may lead to a devastating rift, one that could push him further away from the family he once fought so hard to protect. The tragedy of the Sidwell bombing has set the stage for a wave of destruction that could change the course of Port Charles' criminal underworld. With Sonny and Michael at the heart of this tragedy, the ripple effect will touch everyone in their orbit, from Carly Corinthos to Jason Morgan to the rest of the residents of Port Charles. In the coming weeks, viewers will witness an epic showdown of loyalty, betrayal, and heart-wrenching decisions. With Sonny and Michael at odds, the Corinthos family's future is uncertain, and the Sidwell bombing is just the beginning of a much larger war that could leave Port Charles forever changed. Will the Corinthos family survive the fallout, or will tragedy be their ultimate downfall? Only time will tell. Stay tuned for more updates as General Hospital continues to deliver shocking twists and unforgettable drama.